Have you ever noticed something strange? The moment someone tells you not to do something, a part of you suddenly wants to do it even more. Not because it suddenly became important, but because it no longer feels like your choice. Maybe you've experienced it in relationships. Someone becomes emotionally distant, and suddenly they're all you can think about. Or perhaps you've decided to avoid social media for a week. Yet somehow, you end up checking your phone more than ever. Why does your own mind seem to resist you? And why do simple words like don't, can't, or you shouldn't sometimes create the exact opposite reaction? The answer isn't stubbornness. It's something much deeper. Something hidden in the way your brain protects one of its oldest psychological needs. And once you understand it, you'll start noticing reverse psychology everywhere. Not only in other people, but inside yourself. Visual. Person reaching toward a door labeled "Do not enter." Most people believe they make decisions logically, but everyday life quietly tells a different story. Imagine you're eating at a restaurant. You weren't interested in the last slice of cake until someone else reaches for it. Suddenly, it feels valuable. Or think about childhood. A parent says, "Don't touch that." The object instantly becomes fascinating. Even adults aren't very different. Tell someone they probably can't achieve something, and many feel an unexpected urge to prove you wrong. This pattern appears in relationships too. When affection feels guaranteed, people often relax. But when attention becomes uncertain, the mind begins chasing certainty. Visual. Two paths, one blocked with a barrier. These reactions don't happen because people enjoy being difficult. They happen because your identity is deeply connected to freedom. Every decision silently answers one question. Am I choosing this? Or is someone choosing for me? When that freedom feels threatened, your thoughts change, your emotions change, even your desires change. And most of the time, you don't even realize it's happening, because the brain is protecting something far more important than being right. It's protecting the feeling of control. If you've ever reacted this way, you're not irrational. You're not immature, and you're certainly not broken. Your brain evolved in environments where personal choice often meant survival. Being controlled by others could mean losing opportunities, resources, or safety. So over time, your nervous system developed an automatic alarm. Whenever freedom feels restricted, the alarm quietly activates, not with loud sirens, but with desire. Ironically, the forbidden thing often becomes more attractive, simply because it feels forbidden. Visual. Bird pressing against the bars of an open cage. The feeling isn't created by the object itself. It's created by the loss of choice. That's a powerful difference, because once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself for reacting and start becoming curious about why. Psychologists call this phenomenon psychological reactance. It's the brain's natural response when it senses that freedom is being reduced. Imagine your mind as a spring. Visual. Compressed spring slowly pushing back. When nobody presses it, it stays relaxed. But the harder someone pushes, the stronger it pushes back. Your brain works in a surprisingly similar way. Restrictions create internal pressure. Pressure creates motivation. Motivation creates resistance. This isn't conscious planning. It's automatic. Another way to picture it. Imagine your choices as a personal territory. Every "you must" or "you can't" feels like someone stepping inside that territory. Your brain immediately begins defending it. Neuroscience suggests that threats to autonomy activate emotional and motivational systems before logical reasoning fully catches up. That's why you sometimes react first and explain your reaction later. Your emotions aren't always responding to the decision itself. They're responding to the feeling that someone else made it for you. Understanding this changes everything, because reverse psychology doesn't magically control people. It simply works with a system that's already built into the human brain. So how do you avoid becoming controlled by reverse psychology, whether it's used by others or by your own mind? Let's explore 4 principles. First, pause before reacting. Slow-moving waves calming. Whenever you feel an immediate urge to prove someone wrong, pause. Not because your reaction is wrong, but because speed often belongs to emotion, not reflection. The brain's emotional systems activate faster than deliberate thinking. Even 10 seconds of pause allows more rational brain networks to participate. For example, instead of immediately arguing after criticism, wait. Notice what emotion appears first. Often, the strongest feeling isn't disagreement. It's threatened autonomy. Second, ask yourself one question. If nobody told me what to do, would I still want this? This question separates genuine desire from psychological reactance. Your brain begins shifting from emotional defense to conscious evaluation. Imagine someone says, "You'll never be able to start your own business." You feel an intense desire to prove them wrong. Pause. Would you still want that business if nobody doubted you? Sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes it surprises you. Third, protect your own sense of choice. Notebook with one sentence written, "I choose this." Instead of forcing yourself with harsh language, replace "I have to" with "I choose to." Behavioral psychology consistently shows that perceived autonomy increases long-term motivation. For example, instead of saying, "I have to exercise," try, "I'm choosing to become healthier." The activity stays the same, but the brain experiences far less internal resistance. Fourth, notice when marketers, leaders, or even loved ones create artificial scarcity, limited offers, exclusive access, last chance, only a few left. These messages don't always increase value. They often increase perceived loss of freedom. Your brain begins fearing missed opportunities. Simply recognizing this pattern reduces its emotional influence. Awareness interrupts automatic reactions, and awareness creates space for genuine choice. Crowded advertising signs slowly fading away. Here's one simple way to remember everything we've discussed. Think of your mind as a compass. A compass doesn't like being forced. Push it aggressively, and it swings away before slowly finding true north again. Your brain behaves similarly. The harder control is applied, the stronger the initial resistance often becomes. Real freedom isn't doing the opposite of what people tell you. That's still allowing them to control your direction. True freedom is choosing your response after understanding why you feel pulled in the first place. Once you see this, you begin noticing invisible forces behind everyday decisions, not only in yourself, but everywhere. Compass settling toward north. Perhaps the greatest power of reverse psychology isn't using it on other people. It's recognizing when it's quietly shaping you. Because every day, your attention, your purchases, your habits, and even your relationships compete for one thing: your sense of choice. The more aware you become of that invisible struggle, the calmer your decisions become. Not because you'll never feel resistance again, but because you'll finally understand where that resistance begins. And maybe, real freedom has never been about doing whatever you want. Maybe it's simply this: knowing which desires truly belong to you before you act on them. Empty room filled with soft morning sunlight.